Hey, what's up you guys? If you guys want saucy, spicy Reddit stories today, we have a lot of them. So sit tight and let's jump into it. Okay, this first one is low-key a bit crazy, okay? This one is like under RSG, confusion straight 306. I need advice. Not sure if I am a mistress. Okay, the title itself is really insane, so let's just find out, okay? I, 24 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 28 male, for 4 years. But I found out 3 months into that he was still married. I met my boyfriend about 4 years ago. At the time, I had no idea that he was married. He had been married to his ex-wife for about 5 years in total. Wait, something doesn't add up. She said that she's been dating her boyfriend for 4 years. But then she found out 3 months in that he was still married. That means after she found out that he's married, she's still with him for another 3 more years. Okay, I'm confused, but let's just read on, okay? 3 months into our relationship, he suddenly confessed that he was still legally married. I was honestly shocked. He explained that it was a shotgun marriage. His ex-wife already had a child from another man, and later had a second child with him. He said he felt responsible for getting her pregnant and for the child, so he married her. Mind you, they have only been together for about 3 months before she told him she was pregnant. Oh, that was legit shotgun eh. That was legit shotgun. I immediately asked why he was dating me if he had a wife and child. He told me they had already been living separately for about 6 months after he found out that she cheated on him with the father of her first child. Yo, this is hella whack. So apparently his marriage with the woman, the first woman, and the child is crazy too, because she is still hung up on the first baby daddy. Okay? When I asked why they didn't just divorce, he said she wanted to stay legally married for practical benefits like tax relief until either of them found someone else. He agreed to that at that time. She was actively trying to reconcile, but he had no interest in getting back together because of the cheating and constant conflicts between the both of them. She was an IT dropout who stopped studying to give birth to her first child, and he is a finbro. Finbro is basically finance tech bro in case you don't know. According to him, even though she had no money, she constantly wanted to live an expensive lifestyle like going out to drink with her friends weekly. And she was a lazy person in general. All I'm getting from this is that this is just 2 people with really bad life decisions. First off, if they were that unstable, because she's a lazy person, she probably doesn't work, and then she likes to drink all the time, why would you decide to keep that child? Unless the reason why she wants to keep that child is so that she can get tax relief, so that she can get whatever benefits from being legally married. And that one I don't know because he didn't really say, OP didn't say the boyfriend's first wife's background. Like, she could be like a foreigner for all we know. So we don't know about that. But let's just read. Things got messy when he introduced me to his parents. His ex-wife showed up and caused the scene. And his mom had to ask her to leave. After that, she started telling people that I was 𝘓𝘓𝘓 and that he cheated on her with me. For a while, that's exactly how his friends saw me. It was only later when I met some of them that they realized that they didn't know the full story, especially about her cheating and their prior arrangement. This is hell weird. This is what happens when 2 people who are not emotionally mature get married, and then the shit happens. Shit goes down because they're cheating with their baby daddy, they are like still hung up on the current husband, and then the current husband wants to move on, find a new partner, and then people accusing each other of cheating. I feel like, oh my god, I feel like before you hop into a new marriage, you should settle things clean. Like, even if it's not marriage, even if it's just like relationship, I feel like you should be honest and break it off with whoever acts, cut them off, block them if you need to, and then you are set to find a new person. But right now, I don't think he got it. I don't think this guy, the guy that OP is dating, I don't think he's ready for it yet. Because he's still in a messy situation. He's still in a marriage where the wife still likes him but also cheating on him. So he's stuck there lah. But then he still wants a partner. But he can't really divorce her because she wants tax relief. I don't know. I feel like marriage is between 2 people. But divorce, right, can be decided by 1 person. You just gotta man up. You just have to do it. At some point, I told him I needed space because I wasn't comfortable dating someone who was still legally married, no matter the situation. He said he understood and told me to take all the time I needed, and that he would make things right. Despite everything, I still continued seeing him. OP, yeah, OP. I have a lot of things to say, but I don't think they are anything good. You're already not comfortable dating him because he wasn't honest about his legal status. And then now he's telling you, oh baby, don't worry, I'm gonna settle this, I'm gonna divorce her, and then we can, still have whatever we have. And then somehow OP is convinced, and then she stayed on, and I guess that's why it's like been 4 years in, even though she knew that he's stuck in a marriage that he didn't want to be in. They eventually divorced about 8 months after he told me the truth. Wait, so the divorce happened in between their relationship lah. That means after he divorced, then they still continue dating. Okay, that made a little bit more sense. He said he had already wanted a divorce the moment he found out that she cheated, and that staying marriage under that arrangement wouldn't be fair to any future partner. Yes, correct. But even now, part of me can't help but wonder if I played a role in pushing him towards the divorce. And despite the arrangement, I suddenly feel like I was the other woman in some way. I believe he isn't lying because he's a genuinely good person, kind person. His friends, his family, my family all say the same, that he has a good heart and that I should treasure him. And I do see that in him, which is why I'm still with him. To add on, his extended family also has issues with her. Both his maternal and paternal aunts have told me that whenever they visited during Chinese New Year, she would barely interact with them and often constantly have a RBF. Apparently, she even got into an argument with one of his aunts over how she responded to his grandmother. From what I was told, his grandmother was just asking her a series of normal questions, but she became visibly annoyed and reacted rudely, which escalated into a conflict. What do you guys think? Am I really a 小三? Legally saying yes, you are. But then, okay, I don't think there's any way around it. I think, yes, you are. Because as long as they are currently still in the marriage, currently still in a separate relationship, you are technically the third party lah. If you want to put it in a black and white way. Because the current wife of the husband still likes him. Even though she cheated on him, still likes him, want to enjoy tax relief. That's why they're still in this marriage. And they are still in that marriage when you still dated him. And knowing that he is still in the marriage, you continue dating him until 5 months later. After you found out the truth 5 months later, then they divorce. So you are kind of dating someone's husband in between that period. Yes, you are a 小三, but did you contribute to him getting a divorce? Maybe because he really see a future with you, because he really likes you, and he like you so much that he doesn't want to see a future with his current wife that he married because of the child. I feel like the kid will have a hard time growing up with two separated parents who only married for the baby and don't love each other and then cheat on each other. Yeah, it's hella mess. If I were in her shoes and I only found out that the person I'm dating is actually married, I'll be so livid. I don't think I would ever see like a possibility where I could reason myself out of it and convince myself that he is still endgame. Like, there ain't no way. The more he lied to you. Because who's gonna date someone who's already married? You know what I mean? It's like cheating. That's like telling you straight up that you are the mistress and you have to be okay with that. Second of all, he has a baby. I don't know if she knows that from the get-go, like when they have a blind date, but when they were dating. I don't know if he was truthful that he has a baby and then they date or what. But if I was her and I knew that he already has a child, I'll be sus. I'll ask him everything about his baby mama. I'll ask him how the relationship are, how did they break up, and then I will FBI him to the max before I even became official with him. But because OP didn't know, maybe she just didn't know the child exists, didn't know everything until 3 months later when he decided to tell her the full truth. I feel like in some way she is the innocent party. She just wants to find love. It's just that the love that she found isn't as simple as she thinks. But if I were her, I don't think I would have continued with this guy who wasn't honest about where he's coming from, about his marriage background, about his baby. Yeah. Nope. And then this comment says, you couldn't leave at the 3-month mark. Yes, maximum 小三 lor. OP says, I guess I was heavily infatuated with him. He really is a nice guy. I feel like women always say that. Like, we always say that he's a nice guy. I love him so much, even though the guy is red as hell. The red flag is red as hell. I don't know. I feel like when you're in love, right? Love is blind. Like, you'll make concessions for the man who treat you really bad. But then you'll look at his good parts and then you decided, overall, he is still a good man. Overall, I love him more than like anything else. And then you will still accept him, even though some part of you was like doubting it, even though some part of you knows that it's wrong when you can't walk away. I mean, such is love, right? Such is life. Anyways, OP is like, what, 24 years old? And she dated him 4 years ago. which is she was 20 and he was 24. They're actually really young. I don't know if this is the best scenario for her. I don't know if this is the best end game for her in the market because she's still so young, right? At 20, you found someone who you really like and then now you've been dating him for 4 years. You're still so young. 24, a bunch of men out there for you, or just go out, explore, and maybe you will find someone even better. Someone with lesser baggage, someone who can be frank with you when he dates you. It's been 4 years already and you're still thinking to yourself, you're still worried about this 小三 thing, right? Then something is wrong. Something is really wrong. And then cheating aside, child aside, can you deal with giving child support? Like, can you deal with a man who has a child and probably will love the child more than he loves you? I don't know. I feel like you have to be really mentally ready. Just because he has a baby, just because he divorced, doesn't mean that the baby is not his. It doesn't mean that he won't be giving money, won't be giving child support to that child. I don't know if they will fight about this years down the road, but I'm just saying it's just food for thought. Something to consider if you're really thinking about marrying him in future. This next story is under Ask SG also. Is my relationship with my girlfriend normal? Well, this was a really long story, so y'all sit tight, okay? I'm a 33 male dating a 32 female. We knew each other a while back, fell out of contact, and met up by chance. Eventually, we started dating. It's my first relationship, and it's at least her fourth, so I'm not super sure if this is the norm or if I'm being petty and insensitive. For context, we've been dating for 4 months now. I own a small business and typically earn about 4 to 6K a month, on average for now. She works in the government sector, but I'm not too sure how much she earns, but I'm guessing it's about 3 to 4K. Personally, I've been feeling burnt out about a couple of things, emotionally, physically, and financially. One of those things is that she seems to have a need for high frequency of meetups. We would on average have dates that last 10 to 12 hours, starting from noon to around midnight, with a minimum of once a week, but typically twice a week, which is somewhat exhausting after a bit and also leaves me with little time and energy to do my own stuff or hobbies. 10 to 12 hours! Okay, honestly, looking at that relationship, right, because he said that they've been dating for 4 months, that's still honeymoon. Honeymoon, like, of course, you want to like see each other for as long as you can, right? You want to be around each other as much as you can, because especially doing work, and then you guys can only meet up during the weekends and chill. Of course, you want to spend 10 to 12 hours. That's what I can understand, okay? But let's read on. Maybe there's more to it. Another thing is the constant need for reassurance. She said this is due to the trauma she has felt, which led to her needing more security and assurance. Where if I mentioned not meeting for a week due to work commitments, she would start tearing up, but making an effort to stop herself from crying, which has me feeling nervous about what I say or do around her. This part I'm a tad unsure of, but I have been paying for pretty much all of our meals. To be fair, she has tried to contribute on non-food matters and has paid for around 4 each of our activities. But the difference in the terms of value is pretty significant, considering the frequency of our meetups. I don't super mind financially. The fact that she wants to go to restaurants, cafes all the time has me feeling a little used and feeling a tad like she's not thinking of my well-being at all. When I ask my family and friends who are in relationships or married if this is normal, they have all stated that this is very abnormal and feels very one-sided. The intensity as well as the contribution on my end, I mean. I've talked to her about it. While she says that she will try and change and split the bills more evenly and reduce the number of dates as well as the duration, she did try to justify it by saying that she feels the frequency for our meetups as well as the guy footing the bill is normal, at least according to her friends, the internet, and social media. She has also said that in her serious past relationships, the guy paying signals that the guy is serious about the relationship. And she does acknowledge that the relationship does feel one-sided, but said that she doesn't know what she can give me. And she says that she apologizes for not being able to give me a normal relationship and says that her need for assurance is due to her past trauma. Something tells me she's spoiled. Like maybe she's the only kid in the family, or maybe she is, I don't know, like favorite child of the family. Something tells me she doesn't know how to take care of someone else. Because maybe she's been taken care of all her life, she doesn't know how to reciprocate. She doesn't know how to share a bill, how to like feel bad for people always paying. I don't know, but that's just my guess. But then, trying to gaslight him by saying that the frequency for her meetup as well as the guy footing the bill is normal, according to people around her, is a bit toxic. Like look, the people around you, your friends, your internet, your media, they don't know shit about your relationship. They can only judge it based on what they think is normal, what is they think is expected of the man. But when it comes to you and your relationship, I feel like you guys define how you want your relationship to play out. Like whether you guys agree on 50-50 or whether you guys want a 70-30 or like all the guy pay, I feel like you should talk it out. And both parties have to be like agreeable with the arrangement lah. So if you feel like your boyfriend is feeling so bad because he's paying for 80% of the meals, and most of which is something you insisted on because you insisted on meeting him a lot, and then you insisted on meeting him a lot in cafes, in restaurants where it's probably more expensive than what you could pay for him. And obviously he feels really one-sided because you want him to pay so many expensive things. Of course he's earning more than you, but he's still a single man. I mean, he's not single, but he's still saving up for his future, you know, he's still paying bills on his own. I'm pretty sure they have bills to pay. It doesn't feel fair that he has to pay for every single bill. I don't know. I don't feel like she's emotionally that mature yet, but... And then the part about her talking about her traumas, this one is another can of worms. I feel like, my personal opinion, you shouldn't be dating unless you're emotionally secure. Unless you've moved on from your past trauma. Could be cheating trauma, could be like ghosting trauma, whatever. Go find therapy. Go have meditation. Write it in your journal. Reflect on your thoughts instead of passing that baggage to your next person, to your next partner. I feel like nowadays people jump into relationships so fast. They never had time to heal. They never had time to process what actually went wrong, what actually happened in their past relationship. And then they keep moving on because they feel weird that they're single. They feel weird that they have this gaping hole after they break up and they want to rebound ASAP. And then they never actually think about what went wrong. They actually never fix anything that was wrong with their relationship, anything that they probably didn't do well in communicating, anything. And I feel like she isn't ready because she, instead of giving more love to the guy, she's giving trauma to the guy. She's making the guy fix her emotional issues, making the guy help her feel better about herself. This is a relationship, by the way. It goes both ways. It doesn't... You are not visiting him. You are not having dates with him so that he can fix you. You should fix yourself first, okay? Okay, back to the story. I've tried my best to try to be fair to both of us in this post, but I really need to know if what we have is normal. And realistically, is any meaningful change actually possible? Also, if possible, do include your age if you don't mind. I get that her needs resonate with some of you, but my female friend has told me that what she's looking for seems more common for 20-plus-year-olds rather than adults in their 30s. To add in a couple more details, she doesn't offer to pay for food at all. She has mentioned that it's a big deal for her that the man pays for the meals. I don't super mind financially. The fact that she wants to go to restaurants and cafes all the time has me feeling a little used and feeling like a tad like she's not thinking of my well-being at all. Okay, this part I think he pasted above and then below, so it's a repeated part of the story, but it's fine. She seems to not have close friends, and her relationship with her family seems pretty bad, which I think contributes to her emotional dependency. Edit 2. She will be spending 7 days with someone if you get married. You will be spending 7 days with someone if you get married. Yes, I agree, but that's with your own space and activities. Maybe in the living room, someone watching drama while the other one is on their phone instead of constantly paying attention to each other throughout the day for 7 days a week. Unless I'm mistaken, and it's normal for married couples to constantly be paying attention to... Let's read the comments. I'm around you guys' age and I don't think I can be on a date or meet up with my partner for 10 to 12 hours straight twice a week. It feels rather intense. I did date someone once who wanted to meet daily, and after a while, it just felt draining and exhausting. Do you guys spend a lot going out? Does she ever offer to pay? The OP says, the meals mostly. She doesn't like to go to food courts. So it's pretty much gonna be about $100 per day if we just include lunch and dinner. She thinks that just cause I earn more, it's okay for the more well-off partner to pay or take care of the less well-off one. She doesn't offer to pay, but to her defense, she thinks that I like to pay. Yo, that's hella entitled. What the hell? Just because he doesn't mind paying doesn't mean that he likes paying. There's a difference. And this is only, 4 months in, right? That's crazy. And I know that nowadays the restaurants, they charge a lot for GST, like 9%, right? And then the service charge. And then depending on what you buy, you could be paying up to 100. But still, twice a week, and it's also expensive. I think even if you go, you already shag already. Like knowing that you have to burn a hole in your pocket. Some people don't even earn $100 a day, by the way, just so you know. So I don't know. I don't sit well with how entitled she is. But some people say that I just feel like you don't like her enough. Interesting take. I feel like maybe his attraction towards her went down because of how entitled she is. It could be related to how entitled she feels, and then that's why he don't feel like he wants to meet her that often. Or it could be from the get-go that he doesn't really like her that much. That's why he feels like it's a chore to meet her twice a week and to pay for everything. It could go both ways, but we don't really know the truth. So, I mean, I guess the reason why she relies on him so much emotionally is because she doesn't have anybody in her social circle. So, no friends, barely talk to her family. That's why she's reliant on a partner for all the emotional things, which makes sense. That's why maybe she would want to meet often, like 10 hours, twice a week. So maybe both weekends, since they're both working and all. But to the guy, maybe he thinks that it's too much because maybe he's introverted and he needs his own time. He needs his own time to do his own thing. Valid. I completely understand. Because some days I feel like I need time for myself too. To like watch my own anime, watch my own manhwa. Like just have some me time. So I do get it, but at the same time I also feel like maybe in some sense they are not really that compatible. Because if you really want to meet someone, you really want to spend time with someone, you wouldn't even care about how much you spend. You won't even care about how much you have to meet them. You just want to meet them. You're excited to be with them, be around them. So I think that some of the comments have some truth in them, that they are not particularly compatible with each other. And that's just how it is. You just gotta find someone that is like 50-50 for the OP, and maybe someone who only wants to meet like 6 hours a day. Also, OP adds this detail that she doesn't think that doing own things in a shared space is good. There's no she's using her phone while I watch TV, and it seems that she thinks just vibing together is not really spending time together. So basically she wants 20 hours of non-stop engagement. Can you imagine talking to someone for 20 hours? 10 hours straight on both weekends after work. No wonder OP is so tired. I will be tired too. Like, I feel like as an introvert, right, my energy is really, really low. Like if I talk for 2 hours or with my favorite person, right, I think that's about it. And then I'll clock out. I will just lie on the bed and just watch YouTube. Because I have no mental energy to spend 10 hours of non-stop talking. You're not even getting paid to talk. You're not even enjoying it if you have to spend so much energy to keep someone entertained for 10 hours straight, no matter how much you love them. And yeah, I can honestly tell how I can honestly understand why OP is so exhausted. I mean, I would be exhausted too, but okay, I hope you guys like the 2 stories I shared today. I know that they are pretty long, but hopefully you're still watching this. Hopefully you enjoy it, even though it's like drama llama and sometimes they give us a headache, but you know, it's nice to have some tea sometimes. So if you do like this, do like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.